I profit, baby. I'm back with another quick little video for you. Spirit lays up moment, so I'm trying to get to the point where I need to be with it. So, first of all, I'm gonna send you blessings of guidance and protection with some integrity, strength, focus, and understanding. That's for each individual out there. No exception, never no exception. Now, I want to read you something right quick. Autonomous and attributed expertise. Autonomous and attributed expertise. While an autonomous expert can possess expert knowledge without the recognition from other people, without other people giving recognition. Attributed expertise is a performance that may or may not indicate genuine knowledge. Just as someone with autonomous expertise may not possess the skill to persuade people to hold a point of view, someone with merely attributed expertise may be persuasive but lack the actual knowledge pertaining to a given subject. I wanted to read that because that's what you need to understand when you listening to things, when you listening to the news, when you paying attention to all of these different labels and all of these different things that they putting in the front of you. If everybody understands about how the media been doing, why individuals still paying attention to the news all day, every day, like they are. You look at some of these videos. I looked at one, and I ain't been watching the news. I look at one video today. 4 hours, almost 3 million views. Do you understand how much attention that is? 4 hours, almost 3 million views. A lot of energy. Energy is everything. You better remember that. Because yours is everything to you. Now, there's all kind of stuff going on about whatever that is, this submarine, this remote operated vehicle. So you mean to tell me that you have, 5 individuals that supposedly is dead because they were in a remote operated vehicle? A remote operated vehicle is a vehicle that is remotely controlled on land. Is remotely controlled from land. It's supposed to have, I guess, cables and stuff that's hooked to it. However it goes with that technology, but it's controlled from land. So if you going somewhere where you don't really know the dangers of it, why would 5 individuals volunteer or however it would go? I've never read this. I've never read nothing on it. I just get the download, and actually I get a lot about these type of things. I don't follow up with them like I should. But I'm being led strongly for this one. So you got 5 individuals that's lost their life or however it goes. from remotely operated vehicle. Okay, if it's a remotely operated vehicle, first question prop have is this: how can it run out of oxygen before it comes back up to the surface? First question, that's just from prop. A loud bang, a loud whatever, a loud noise. Then the follow up with finding the wreckage. And this is just all he say, she say, this is no truth to this. Prophet just speaking. 5 people in there, they discovered 5 pieces of wreckage. Yeah, okay. Now, supposed to be the owner of that company or something, CEO or something like that, a big boy, Big Willie on that. So, as far as any type of thing goes with this Ocean Gate, don't you think that the CEO of Ocean Gate probably should know more than anybody? I would think anybody on deck, the dangers of that type of mission. Yeah, it makes sense, Prophet, yeah. And he has to make sense if he's the CEO. How do you wind up on that submersible? This is the questions that I ask myself. Okay, the wreck. They find it. They find wreckage. They don't have no GPS type of tracking system on these remote operated vehicles that's going somewhere where they supposedly can't see from the surface. You can see airplanes all day long. They have that type of stuff within them. It should be mandatory that you have these record boxes in everything. I didn't look to see if they took pictures while they was finding the wreckage. But it seemed like all this is supposed to be like it's 2023. All of this is supposed to be available. Pictures of finding it, where's all of these type of things. Don't just say it's gone and then say you found it and this happened and then you give me a news conference telling me what happened. Show me some stuff. Like, show me some things. Showing you a submersible it shouldn't be good enough for you. It should never be good enough for you. They don't make one pair of shoes. Like, they make a bunch of different kind, but they make that particular pair got a bunch of, they don't make this one. You see that all the time on people's feet. Same shoes. That's simple Simon things to do. Ocean Gate. Ocean Gate. If you had to describe it, what would you say? Shit, that's the door to go to the ocean. That's the door to the ocean. Right? Yeah. So, what you need to understand is this. Vibrations, high on the planet. Energy, high on the planet. Individuals are awakening, okay? A lot of powerful energies on the planet. Now you tapping in to that energy. They tapping into you. You tapping into that energy, they tapping into you. They pulling that powerful energy from you. Okay? You don't have enough evidence to be content. Nobody can say that, okay, yeah, I understand it fully. No, you don't. No, you don't. And you know you don't. A lot of unanswered questions within you. So what does that mean? You don't really truly detach your energy from that. The minute you hear it again, bing, you're in the mix again. You just gotta know. Let me tell you, if an individual ain't never been, I'm gonna just say it like this, ain't never been 60 miles to the bottom of the ocean, at least 2-3 times a week and all that, when you hear deep ocean explorer, deep ocean expert, it shouldn't register with you in that way. It's gonna be so much gonna come up behind this story. Some of y'all might have just was talking about it, like that much. But the reality of it is this. The reality of it is they can go all the way to the moon and have every piece of footage. Show you pictures on all that. So when something like that happens, some simple stuff like that happens, and you don't understand it, it's not for you to understand. Because we have the technology. So they bouncing on the moon, they putting the flag on the moon, all that. Floating all upside down, everything. They showing you all this. You should have it in real time on a submersible. You should have that whole trip in real time on a submersible. Questions you should ask yourself. It's just questions you should ask yourself. They found the front bell, then they found the back bell. Bing, 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 bell still ain't go off to you. Use your spiritual logic. Spiritual logic. What's spiritual logic? Spiritual logic is your intuition with the realest shit you know in your program. Go back in real time with the understanding that you have now, and just understand when you start checking it out that we already know what's gonna happen, and look at the steps that they did. Am I saying they lying? Am I saying something ain't right? Am I saying it was a setup? Am I saying that? I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, whenever I heard about it, whenever I watched this one clip, just what I thought to myself. But energy runs things. So you have to understand that. The so many hours of oxygen, I think it was a couple of days or whatever, was the seed. How many? 90? That was 90 hours? That's that 9. That's that 9. That was the seed for individuals to believe that they didn't make it, they gone. That was the seed for sorry, for your energy. So many of y'all, man, I can't believe, damn, that's sad, man, why, ooh, all kind of things. and you're not paying attention to what you're supposed to be paying attention to. Protect your energy, protect yourself to and from. Watch your surroundings, watch what you take in your ears, watch what you give out your mouth. Help somebody if you can. Give somebody some words of encouragement if you can. Prophet about to give you words of encouragement. Always research things. You run across a word that you never seen before, look the definition up of it. Don't go with just that one. Go all the way back to when that word started. It'll probably go all the way back to the Greek. Because there's so many words that meant something back then, it doesn't mean that same thing now. And that's clear where you can see it. For anybody that don't believe it, when this video go off, look up a word and then trace it back. It's a real thing. Individuals just not fully aware of these things. They're using words like catastrophic. Like, you have to pay attention to all that. Catastrophic. I don't care who I say it to.